What is good, Fbn Radio? We're back at it. My boy Kontos is here.
In the building.
9:15:01. We're going to keep getting into it, man. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in so far. It's been a fun episode. It's only going to get better. So something I want to talk about right now. I think we mentioned it a little bit before in passing. You might have heard the name SCARYGEN. So, Kontos, I want you to talk a little bit about that, like what it is, and just break it down a little bit.
Yeah, so I already talked about 9:15:01 being my own thing. And so SCARYGEN is basically like the bigger picture of everything I want to be involved in and everyone I want to be involved with. I got, mainly right now, it's like 3 people involved in it.
Okay.
It's me, my boy Zion, he goes by Sir Zion is like his editor name.
Yeah.
And he does videos and stuff too. And we got my boy Sandro, who his name's Ace, and he's like a graphic designer.
Okay.
And I want to do, it's like a SCARYGEN, to put it simply, is a creative label, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a creative group, kind of like what you were saying earlier about what you want to do. And not only is it like, because I hate the word label, like I hate like the stigma with labels, like everyone wants to be independent these days.
Right.
But with it would be like, say like, so obviously we would want like musicians and producers and stuff to be associated with SCARYGEN, and like to sign people and stuff would be the goal eventually one day. But it wouldn't just be rappers, producers, just musicians in general. It'd be fashion people, it'd be video people, digital designers, anything.
Yeah, similar what we got on.
Very similar.
But kind of the structure to it is what I think is really interesting. So I think that, so obviously you'd have all these connections with all these people in SCARYGEN one day.
Right.
You'd have like, if you're an artist per se, you could choose from a variety of people that are videographers. And so, for example, too, like in my videos, it says 9:15:01 because that's me. That's my brand in SCARYGEN.
Okay.
And then SCARYGEN is the overall
the bigger
brand.
picture.
So it's basically, it's the same as putting my name on something, but I just have like a label myself, like a title myself for my stuff.
Yeah.
And so with my boy, it's Sir Zion, SCARYGEN.
Right.
And so, and with Ace is SCARYGEN too. So, I don't know, like I'd say where I want to be with that eventually is like, you always hear about the artists and maybe like for example, we were talking about ASAP Mob.
Right.
They're a group of artists, and you know ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Nas, you know that they're together. Like, even take away the ASAP, they're associated together, they're boys. Cactus Jack,
same thing.
Don Toliver, Travis Scott, Sheck West.
Right.
They're part of Cactus Jack. But they're all artists. And unless you're like a big like super fan, you know like White Trash Tyler.
Right.
Who I mentioned earlier is the videographer. So like I want it to be more like, you could look at someone like a clothing designer, or even like the dude that does like the digital design, or the video editor, and all these people, and like make it more well known to like the general viewer, not the super fan. So like have this association of all these creatives that don't really get enough respect,
right,
as like the same level of status as the rapper, as whatever celebrity.
Yeah.
So
like you don't have
putting everyone who put the work into the bigger picture up on the same pedestal.
Like you could be walking around and you're the guy working Photoshop for SCARYGEN, but people know you because you have a name associated with SCARYGEN.
That's actually
it's
really
not
cool.
just like,
I like that
your
concept.
name, it's like your brand within the brand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're making it like nobody's better than anyone else.
And the way I would look...
Get our flowers.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's just like, do you think that there's going to be certain people who gravitate towards certain lanes in SCARYGEN more than others? Because I feel like what we're doing and what a lot of these groups are doing, like achieving like status on the same level is a hard concept, right? So like, is your, like you're saying, is your plan to like work well enough with the artist or the director to grow them on the same level? So like, how do you think like we as creatives can make the photographer on the same level as the artist?
I mean, I think
that's kind of what I'm trying.
It's about like, first off, it's like having a personality. So with this having a name, like almost like a brand within the brand, is what I'm gonna be saying moving forward about this. Is like it also comes with the personality. So it's like you're not a behind the scenes dude, even though like technically that's your title. Like you're the guy that's editing the videos, not the one that's in it. But I mean, like besides Cole Bennett, who's a mainstream name that edits? Like you can't really think of one.
You know what? Yeah.
So like,
and you know he's not doing it all by himself.
Yeah, and he himself.
Anymore.
Oh yeah, not anymore. He's got his whole studio.
He used to. Yeah. Shout out Cole Bennett because he used to.
But you could walk. Cole Bennett walks down a street in Chicago and people will go up and ask for pictures, and you might even get some paparazzi.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah,
no, really
you don't see that with a lot of people.
Yeah,
nowadays.
Exactly. So like it's almost like making celebrities out of the people that are putting in more of the work almost. Yeah, I don't want it to seem like I'm like I want to overshadow the other creatives because everyone's like I'm a creative, like you guys are creatives. I respect every aspect of creativity that goes into art.
Yeah, sure, 1000%.
And I think I always talk about this. So think about Andy Warhol and like John Michael Basquiat back in the day.
Oh, Basquiat.
They were artists, but they had celebrity status at the time.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So like I want to be like modern
Virgil.
Warhol, like Virgil. Like that's a perfect example of that.
That's a good point though. Like you're saying modern Warhol. I'm sorry, I'm just laying this train of thought.
Yeah.
Like you just said, you know Virgil, but what about the guy who's doing clothes for let's say Gucci, but isn't like the number one designer?
Right.
Yeah.
Why are we not talking about him?
Right, because clearly Virgil's not the only. He's the creative. He's the creative director of Louis Vuitton. And he's the founder of Off-White, but he's not the only guy, especially now with the level they're at. Like, he's not the only guy pitching ideas.
That's a good point.
And I'm not saying that everyone that would be involved, if it got to the status that I wanted to, obviously, everyone that would be involved wouldn't have the same level of fame because that's just the way it goes. But I'd want them to be recognized. And, like, even, like, look at designer brands and stuff, like, you could know the name of someone, but you're not going to know the face. Like, Virgil, you know the face, mostly, unless you're not really into that sort of thing, but I think even if you're a fan of Kanye, you know who Virgil is. You know, but that's another association,
right?
Like Virgil with so it would be, instead of it being a person, it's like a movement. It's like it's a group.
That's dope.
So it'd be like, oh, I know him because he's SCARYGEN, and that's dope. And then, but again,
but you're not just SCARYGEN.
Yeah, you're not just associated with SCARYGEN. SCARYGEN's the thing that brings it all together.
Right.
So you're. Like 91501, that's a one-man thing for now.
Right.
But even then, like, it's like, that's why I don't use, like, in my videos necessarily, I don't put emphasis on it's me making the videos because it's like, that's my brand. I want my brand to be known and just me being associated with it almost. Yeah. Like, obviously, I'd love to be at a crazy level of fame and stuff. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love that, but, like, you know what I mean? And so... I don't know. And so the kind of like, eventually I'd want to be on the level where we're all, as SCARYGEN, as these creatives, we're synced up on a schedule.
Right.
So I love the fall. That's when I really grind my stuff out. I work like outside of the fall. And by next year, around fall time, I'll be releasing like all this stuff that I've been making. Right. Because I'm really like grinding stuff out right now. And instead of like, I love to make something and just release it right away, but you know, you gotta like hold on and sit on it for a while. As much as it sucks, you gotta do it. Yeah. And so, I'd want everyone to be on that same time almost, so that it's like, you know, SCARYGEN. It's like Halloween, fall time. It's the SCARYGEN season. Yeah. And so you have all these people pumping out their stuff. Doesn't matter. Like you could have part of SCARYGEN. They're pumping out like some clothing. So it's like, in that sense, you got like, you know, clothing brands have like fall season, spring season, all that stuff. So it'd be like that. But at the same time, you also got 91501 with SCARYGEN releasing all these videos and like recaps and stuff of the past year. Yeah. And then you got some artists might like, I'm not saying that we're only limited to this time, but that's
Right.
when it's like majority is getting all this stuff
You're on
pumped
the
out.
same flow.
So you might have a bunch of albums from that label from SCARYGEN dropping. So it's just like, I don't, because I like the idea of kind of being in the shadows at times, like in between projects and
I love
stuff.
that.
Like how like Kendrick
Yeah.
stays off the grid and he
Mysterious.
drops an album, and then he does whatever with that, and then he's gone again.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that yearly. I'd like to have my time to myself, my own like creative stuff, and then come fall, we're just pumping all this stuff out from all aspects of SCARYGEN.
That's really cool. I find myself doing that a lot too.
Yeah.
The whole like kind of going.
I
off
think
the
it's
grid.
important to do that, right?
Yeah.
But now the first thing that comes to my head is because like as creators, we're drilled that we have to put out content 24/7.
Right, yeah.
How do you think you deal with that as a creative? Because like for example, me, if I'm doing a beat or a song or whatever, I'm already thinking about the next beat,
Yeah.
the next song,
Yeah.
right? Because in this world today, you're thinking about, for you, it could be the next shirt, the next drop, whatever. We're always like made to believe, which it's obviously true. You look at the proof. Like if you put out consistent content, let's say every week or every month, you're gonna get recognized, right? But but then what happens if you sacrifice creativity? Is it worth it? Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying like sacrificing creativity just to get something out,
Right.
just to say
That's
you
what
did
he's
it.
trying to
I think
say.
a lot of people do this.
That's what's
and
happening.
I find this very often,
It's a paradox.
especially music and fashion. I know that's what we talk about. Like, all the time.
But it's true,
because I don't want to say it's the easiest to replicate, but like
it is.
it is and it's not. Like I don't know if that makes a lot of sense.
We're thrilled to believe that.
Because fashion trends are a perfect example. There's a trend, and a lot of brands who do like graphic stuff jump right on it and just milk their own name into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the retro World Series logos have been a big thing recently in fashion. I think every streetwear brand made a World Series logo with their name in it instead. Like that's the perfect example, right? Instead of just like you're saying, just taking your time, sitting on some stuff, taking your time to be creative. It is a double-edged sword.
Because somebody like us who's small, Kendrick can do that.
Yeah.
Kendrick could go away for 4 or 5 years, sit on his butt, write a couple raps like every month, not go to the studio for a year, and people are still going to care.
Yeah. I think a good example of like, not necessarily like a rollout, but kind of like a rhythm to releasing stuff. So I was talking about Tyler, the Creator, before the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but every other year he releases an album.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so like his fans that are into him, they know that they're anticipating in 2 years they'll be anticipating a new album of his, but they don't know when it's coming. So it's like with Kendrick fans, you don't know when it's coming, you don't know when to anticipate it. It's like Kendrick fans are starving, Tyler the Creator fans are hungry at a certain point. So I want to keep my group, my following hungry,
keep
not
them
starving.
active. Right.
So like it'd be like
Frank Ocean's another one you could say.
Oh,
keeping everyone starving.
Yes. and even
Starving.
Kanye at times. Kanye at times.
As of late, not though.
But with the pushbacks and all like
I feel like he's keeping them starving, but again, it's almost hungry because we know it's there. But Kanye,
you know it
Kanye,
exists.
you don't know what he's gonna drop. But for example, Yandi, we thought that was gonna come out.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about Yandi.
But like, we knew he was making something, so we're hungry.
Yeah.
It's not like Frank. We have no clue what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, he just comes out of nowhere
He's
with his jewelry line thing,
got
which
his
is fire.
baby.
Oh, it is fire.
So
That was weird, but kind of cool at the same time.
I thought it was
makes me
cool.
wondering what's going on.
Yeah,
but like,
right?
Maybe it's part of it.
Again,
that's
got
how
that could
he
be
does
that
it,
could be a
though.
rollout maybe.
He brought the green hair back.
Some weekends.
The
I
green
know,
baby green hair?
but it's
hair
like
back?
slightly different. So it's
Exactly. It's like it's
don't
almost
know.
like it's an evolution of blonde,
yeah.
which is kind of
That's a good point.
Cool.
Did you like? Not to get off topic,
No,
but
sure, why not?
So you like Frank?
Sure.
You like
huge.
his singles, the DHL and In My
No.
Room. You didn't like those?
Okay,
I loved them.
Don't like In My Room. I
Okay.
love DHL.
I like the Dear April single and
And
I loved like the
Colorado.
futuristic stuff he was doing. I thought that was crazy.
it was cool, but like, what you said DHL you didn't like?
no. In My Room, I
I don't know
like.
the beat. I'm not doing the beat on air, but it was like
I can't.
I don't.
It was. I didn't like it enough that I don't even go back to it at all. DHL I
enough.
listen to frequently.
Yeah.
That's a great song. I think that's like vintage Frank Ocean in its own way.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we could talk about this for hours. But I
could talk
liked.
about Frank Ocean for a while.
I liked that it was different. I liked that he was doing like a different. Like
Yeah.
that's not his album direction anymore because it's been so long,
Right.
probably. But I like the idea that he was not doing what anyone would expect. And I love when artists do that. It's like they're in the future.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what you were speaking about, too. You want SCARYGEN and what you're doing to be the future.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what the future is, but how does an artist know what the future sounds like? You know what I'm saying? Okay, we talk about Kanye all the time. I'm a Kanye stan, all right?
No way, for real?
Shut up. But, okay, I feel like he somehow always manages to use what's around him and make it different.
Dude, like...
Somehow.
Well, because you know what it is, and
you know what I'm saying?
I noticed this in my own work. I know exactly what you're saying. In my own work, I've noticed, like, you take your inspiration from... I take my inspiration from the past a lot, like what's been out, what's out now, and then I put my twist on it, which is what makes it the future.
There's a quote.
Right.
Because I'm making it new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's definitely a quote for this.
There is. I might have just made the quote.
Or something. It's like good artist steal or something.
Yeah, no, it's
like that.
Yes, because it's funny you said that. It's my favorite book. It's called Steal Like an Artist by Austin
good artist steal.
It's literally a picture book, but it's amazing. It's called something like it's like bad artist cheat or like good artist. Bad artist copy, good artist steal, or great artist steal. It's something like that.
Yeah,
and it's like the whole concept is taking things that exist and making them your own.
Yeah.
Because it's where you got your inspiration, and now you put your own touch on it. And I think that's what you're saying. It's what makes what you think the future is.
Any director could shoot a video.
Right.
Like, videos have been around since whatever. Music videos have been around since I don't know the year. But then what is added every time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, one track producer can make an 808 beat pattern. Jetson, who's the producer, can make a beat. But how is somebody like Hit Boy or Kanye gonna do almost the same thing but make it different?
Right.
Yeah.
How does it sound better?
Well, like the quote says, that's what separates a good artist from a great artist.
Good and great. There's a difference. Like, it's true though, and I think it's important. That was a bow-worthy moment. I'm really into what you're saying. Like, I'm actually really into the SCARYGEN concept because as a group, Fbn was the same type of thing. Like, no doubt. Like, our whole thing, it's in energy too. What's your quote for energy? The nobodies for the nobodies. Fbn is forget being normal. We're all about this thing of change. The change, and why is one group getting recognized more than the other? Right. Yeah. That's a big thing. So I think it's cool. Something I want to touch on because we're coming towards the end of what has been a really fun episode. Yeah, it's going smooth, guys. So, like we were saying, you got this whole concept about change and what the future is, and your whole idea for a team and having almost like an army with you when you're doing this, like a whole movement. Did the idea for the name kind of come into that? Because SCARYGEN is such a unique name. Yeah. I'm kind of wondering where the connection came from. So there was another. I mentioned the one kind of quote thing I had written out about the changing creativity thing earlier. That was another one. So like SCARYGEN is like the full name is SCARYGENERATIONS. Right. That's what it stands for. And so the way I've looked at it is like we live in such a crazy time. Like we live at the same time as people like Kanye West. Yeah. As things like social media. Right. Like we have all this. Obviously, like, we're living in the future. Like we have all this stuff at our disposal for anyone to pick up anything. Mm. So I said, I think that's why there's such an increase in creatives, like, just in general, across the board. So the whole scary generation, how that comes in is like we're the scariest generation because we have this ability. Like we have such an ability to pick something up. Like we might back in the day, you might have a crazy idea, but you have no idea how to do it because you don't have something like software to do it. Just like we were talking about in the beginning of the episode. Yeah. With the logo. Exactly. Yeah. And so, but since we've grown up with technology in its prime, like we're the first generation to really, our whole life is technology. Yeah. For the most part. Yeah. But the reason why it's not Scary Generation is the whole changing creativity. I want it to be the rest of the generations are the Scary Generations. So it's like this whole idea. I mean, it might seem a little corny, but it's like... It's not corny, it's deeper. The scary... That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Levels. More than surface level. So yeah, that's what Scary Generation, Scary Gen, it's just... That's where it comes from. That is dope. When did you come up with that? So that was after the 9/15/01 thing, because that was a little easier for me to come up with. Yeah. Because it's my birthday. Yeah. But I don't know exactly when I came up with it. I think it was like, because
I think at first it was a Instagram account, like the Instagram account I have currently, the SCARYGEN.
Right.
It was just a name that I came up, like I had that idea of why it would be SCARYGEN.
Right.
But I used it as just like one of those aesthetic accounts where you just post like pictures of artists and yeah, like that. And so I wanted to start one of those junior year, and it was I was like, oh, this is a cool name for it. And then I started releasing like my edits on that account early on. I've since deleted them because I don't think they are as good as what I'm doing now. But you know, like, so it was like, I was like, what if I make, and so then I made a logo for that. I made a logo for SCARYGEN and put it in a video. And I was like, that's so cool. Yeah. And like, I was like, what if, and that's where it just, I always had an idea for a creative label. Kind of like the what SCARYGEN is now. But I was like, putting two together, I was like, this would be, like, this name is too good to just be an Instagram account, you know? Like, this needs to be the bigger thing I've always been working up to. Right. And maybe at first I thought 9/15/01 was that. But then I was like, but that's just me. Like, that's my birthday. Right. So why don't I make it more about everybody? Right. Everybody involved.
So the name started the collective.
I mean, I had the idea of the collective, but the name, it connected both. Yes, yes. I didn't have a name for the collective. So you came up with the name, and then your boys came in on it with you? Yeah, later on. I asked my friend Zion, like, throughout high school, I always talked to him about this. And then he never really had, he always thought it was cool, but he never really had a certain creative direction of something that he wanted to do. And then he got into video editing when he saw my stuff. That's dope. And now, like, he's low-key better than me. Like, I have, like, he always says I have the visions. He's very humble. Yeah. Awesome. I love that. Yeah. He's just, like, I have more of the vision. We always say, I'm more of, like, the vision, and I see, but he's the one that can execute most of my vision. We talk about this with my own team. Between the two of us, when we talk about it, like, with my own team, with my brand a lot. And it's not an insult at all. No. It's just, you know what, you need that. You need that. The machine that's how it's a group. It's not, has many moving parts. Yes, exactly. That's how, like, that's the problem today is too many people are, like, selfish. Like, you can't get famous these days without a group around you. Yeah. Or people like-minded individuals. Exactly. And so that's the whole idea with SCARYGEN is that it's a group that gets famous together. That's dope. Yeah.
So, we're nearing the end of the episode, but we always ask our guests, like, one simple question. And I think it's good that we're talking about all these ideas because, like, we kind of really got into some big topics that are kind of going to summarize this question. But, like, as a creative, what's one thing you would tell other creatives if they want to get into something?
Yeah, people who are thinking about doing it, like, on the brink. Like we've all said, we've all been there. Yeah. What would you say to that person who's just thinking about it?
I would say, like, you know, don't doubt what you're doing because there's someone that will always agree with what you're doing. And I would say just execute it. Like, don't take anyone else. Just, like, dial in on that, zone in on whatever it is that you have the idea for, and execute it because, like, anything is possible. Like, and that's like such an overused phrase, but, like, seriously, it's like true, just get it done. Because again, we are the scariest generation. It's possible.
Fire. I think
that was a bar. That was a bar.
We wrap it up right there.
We might have to.
I got nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. My boy Kontos blew me away with that last line. He said that creativity line too that we need to put on a shirt. Gonzo, write it down.
We'll get on.
Where's your pen?
We'll get on that.
Where's the pen?
Mental. It's all in the mental.
We're gonna talk about it if you remember. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Fbn Radio. This is
another fun episode as always.
DJ Mav in the building. eyeofgonzo, Kontos, SCARYGEN, 9/15/01.
Plug the socials. Plug the socials.
Oh, all right.
Just pulling it up on the fly.
Yeah, pull it up. My man's forgot his own Instagram.
My Instagram is Kontos, Kontos, but the O is an X, so it's KXNTOS. Not to confuse you there. And then SCARYGEN, spelled SCARYGEN, is on Instagram. That's the whole creative there. So.
Fire.
Listen, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. This was a great episode. We're going to be back next week. As always, shout out to WSJU.
Keep up with us on Instagram at FBN Creative.
Always.
Thank you for tuning in. It's been another fun episode. Kontos, thank you for coming out, bro.
Appreciate you for having me.
Let's do it.
And let's go. See you next week.